From the studio to the streets, Johnfredrick Daniels' art is seen across the 716. He picked up the paintbrush when he needed it most. Vibrant colors poured out from shades of gray.
Because I was in a dark place, it was so easy to look at everything in the world as dark. Once I knew that people liked the art, it was like, I was in the light now. Like now I'm feeling a little better, like, you know. So it's like more colors, more, just go as many colors as you can.
Johnfredrick is an artist, Army veteran, and father of 5 who's created over 3 dozen murals. His work unites the Queen City, even in the face of tragedy, like the collaborative piece on the east side of Buffalo, in remembrance of the 10 lives taken in the 2022 mass shooting at Tops. Though his life is filled with color, it wasn't always the case.
A couple years back, I lost a baby, I lost a child. At one point, I just broke and I became suicidal, and I couldn't see why God took my baby from me. I couldn't understand it, and then I felt like it was my fault.
Art has the power to heal. He started painting to take his mind off the pain.
And before I knew it, it was like 10 hours of painting and 15 hours. And I would be so tired after painting, I wouldn't be able to be sad, you know? And I just kept going, and now it's like, now it's really prominent, you know?
It's safe to say the art saved your life, really, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And now it's saving him again. Last fall, he discovered a small lump in the left side of his chest, the last thing he would ever suspect: breast cancer.
Even when they told me, it's like, that's no way. Like, I have breast cancer. I'm a guy, you know?
Men don't expect that they will find a lump in the breast tissue on their chest. They don't or haven't been told about the risk of breast cancer in men. And unless there was a family member who happened to have breast cancer and who was a man, they probably would not be aware of it and therefore not think that a mass or a lump was concerning.
Dr. Kabraji says the risk of developing breast cancer for women in the U.S. is about 1 in 8. For men, it's around 1 in 800, accounting for less than 1% of all breast cancer cases.
When cancer develops in the breast, it can develop from 2 main sites, either the milk sacs or the tubes that take milk to the nipple. Now, in men, these are underdeveloped, but they do exist. Breast tissue has an equal chance of developing breast cancer, and especially if a man is a carrier of a gene that puts them at risk, then bilateral breast cancers are more common.
Johnfredrick has been diagnosed with HER2-positive bilateral breast cancer. He has received 2 of 6 rounds of chemotherapy and will need surgery to take out the lymph nodes under his arm.
Like, I pulled my hair and some hair came out, and it was just like it's real, like, you know? So, I don't know, I just feel like I'm just scared. And I gotta think for my boys, because I feel like if I don't fight it the best way, then I'm not giving them a good, you know, a chance to have their dad around, you know. I just told them, just know your dad is gonna fight. And they just like, I know my dad's gonna fight. That's one thing he's gonna do.
A fighter with a heart of compassion. Through this latest battle, one thing remains the same. The world is his canvas. As Johnfredrick undergoes treatment, he does so with a fresh coat of paint and perspective, looking to help other men understand they too can get breast cancer.
Breast cancer is less common in men, but if your body is telling you something, it's important to listen. My sort of take-home message is that we shouldn't let fear guide us. If you're concerned about something, bring it to your doctor's attention.
Even on the internet, like I've answered hundreds of people saying, I didn't know that this is even a thing, so I just want one more shot, and that's all it is. Like, if I beat this, I have one more shot at it to show the world, like, man, not only that men can get breast cancer, but, you know, we got to continue fighting through all of this, you know, and smile a little bit, too.
In Buffalo, Jordan Orcus, News 4.
Well,
I think this city can smile a little brighter. Seeing his work around the community certainly brings a smile to a lot of faces. What a story.
What an amazing story. Wow. Ellison Stabell, she worked really hard on
Incredible
that
job.
as our photographer and editor, and Jordan Norkus, beautiful writing there, and a very strong message.
Yeah.
You know, this can happen to you, men, and we're not trying to spread that fear,
Sure.
as the doctor mentioned, but something to be aware of.
Something to be aware of. Always important. Arm yourself with information.